best way to prove your value is to work, is to learn, is to absorb, to be a sponge. You always want to outwork your potential, your potential.
Your purpose never changes, it only evolves. Understanding your purpose is important because if you don't understand why you do what you do, then you'll never be able to commit to it. If every day you have a new idea and they're not centered around the same area of thought or direction, then it's just an idea without leadership. And whenever you have an idea without leadership, it's no longer a vision. All it is an idea of the day. And a lot of people get tripped up in this, and it hurts them in the long run because they're going in different directions, but they're not truly understanding why they're doing it, what direction they're going in, who's affected by this, and then they're setting up things to fail. And even in my journey of creating systems for my business and even in my life, I had to understand that you just cannot create something without first creating an environment for it. And so what that environment is, then that environment is the vision. That's the frame in which now you can thrive, you can grow, and you can involve other people into it. Because if you just have a vision where you can't tie other people into that vision, then you'll always be turning your wheels on that, whatever you're building, because then it becomes a job. It's no longer a career or a business. It's just something that you show up to every single day, and you're the lone wolf in that. And so in my journey, since I started when I was 19 and today I'm 29, I had to evolve. I had to bring in other people into my vision and help get their perspectives on things and really help each other grow in order to get to a place in which we both wanted to be. Because at the end of the day, I wasn't changing my vision. I was staying within my own lane. I had to be consistent. And to the rest of the world, whenever you're growing a vision, it may look like you're doing everything else. You're doing this over here, you're doing that over there, but only you know, because you're the driver of that vision, that you're still within that lane. Everything I do centers around creativity and storytelling. And so I had to understand that, okay, if this is the lane that I'm in, what can I do in the aspect of storytelling and being a creative in order to help other people? Because that's one of the pillars within my purpose, is that I want to help people create impact. How you find your purpose is, it comes to a state of awareness. You first have to understand what makes you feel alive. Like, what areas in life have you been exposed to that you became passionate about? Like, every time you enter into this environment, or you touch that thing, or you start talking about that subject, what makes you come alive? Wherever those areas are in your life, that's where your purpose lies. Because those things are just the seeds that just need the soil in order to grow, in order for you to produce your harvest and your fruits in life. If you're always in areas in which you feel drained and nothing's being put back into it, then that's not your purpose. That's just a place that you're occupying until life brings you something new. And so if you don't understand or have discovered what your purpose is, then really my suggestion to you is go expose yourself to a new thought process, have conversations, ask other people how they found their purpose, and then that's how you'll jumpstart the spark and momentum for you to find yours. But the importance of having your purpose is understanding, where do you want to go along this journey of life? Because every single day isn't promised to you, but yet you can live every single day as if something is promised to you if you understand your purpose. In this area of defining your purpose, discovering and understanding it, there's also another pillar of actually protecting your purpose, which is protecting it from the outside world and also the internal world. Because at the end of the day, it is me versus me. It's ME versus MI. My internal and then also my external. And that comes down to, who are you around? Because when you don't understand who you're around, and those conversations, those environments are not actually feeding to your purpose or your growth, then you'll slowly die inside, because you'll be trying to have discussions, you'll be trying to learn from environments that are not necessarily conducive to your actual growth. For me, early on, I had to go through a whole shedding process of friends, even family members that I couldn't talk to about business growth, because that wasn't the environment for my purpose to actually grow. I had to look outside of my comfortable environment in order to move into an environment that would help me grow. And in that environment that helped me grow, it came with accountability, it came with failures, but also came with success and lessons that I carry on into the new chapters of my life also. But so many people feel as if they have to be successful right there in their comfortability. But that's not necessarily true, and it can be damaging a lot of times too. Because if you choose to pretty much put new wine in old wineskins, then you're pretty much going to corrupt it, and your vision that you started out to grow is going to fade out and die. One thing that I will say about purpose is that it'll bring you so much joy, but it can also bring you so much pain too. Because when it comes to your purpose, you're operating on a different set of rules than what the world expects you to be operating in, because it is your vision for your life. Early on, when I was first transitioning into business and I was beginning to think about who I wanted to be, I was actually working at McDonald's before I even started the business. And I had a conversations a couple days prior about really just quitting McDonald's, moving on to something else. But yet I was so comfortable being a young kid. I was making some money, but yet I felt unfulfilled. And so one morning, I was working the graveyard shift, and it was about 5 a.m. in the morning. And this lady had pulled through to the drive-thru, and she said over the megaphone or whatever that I'm gonna have to pay in pennies, pretty much, right? And I was just rolling my eyes as she kind of was making her way up to the window to pay for her food. And between that moment of when she ordered her food to when she got to the window, you know, I really just heard God's voice just really telling me is that, you know, for the things that you want in life, what are you depositing into your bank of purpose? Have this big dream, they want to have these amazing experiences in life, but yet what they're doing is they're just giving pennies to it, and they're calling it progress, instead of them making large deposits into what they actually want. And so what I walked away with that is that, you know, so many people want big dreams, but they're making penny deposits. And so every time you make a penny deposit, you're saying that that's progress, but it's not progress. All it is you're trying to hold on to what was instead of what could be. And so if you're always giving penny effort, then the progress is going to be small. Because a lot of times you have to make large sacrifices in life, whether that's time with your family and friends or a relationship, in order to get to where you need to be. Because one thing is for sure, is that when you're leading at certain moments in your life, that is the moment that you're operating within leadership, and sometimes leadership can be lonely. Because you see, the fact is that it's easier for you to live in your potential than it is to live in your purpose. Your potential doesn't require you to have accountability, it doesn't require you to be consistent, but your purpose does. Because when you go all out in your purpose, the levels are higher, the stakes are higher. Because more likely than not, when you live in your purpose, you start to expand a vision that brings other people along with it. And those people are looking to you for leadership. And so if I'm only stuck in my potential, then I can do whatever I want to do. I could dabble in an idea. I can be, maybe one day I'll do this, or maybe tomorrow I'll do this, or, you know, it just doesn't seem important right now. But your purpose says, it's important right now, I need to do this today. And if I don't, these are the people that are gonna lose out on me not being who I know I could be. So, in closing, your purpose never changes, it only evolves. Don't live in your potential, Only live in your purpose, because the journey is a long one and you want to make sure that you're taking every single step and making an impact along the way.